That's right, and the crime tape just came down, so here is a closer look at this house at the center of this investigation. Now, it appears there was a bunch of different units here at this property, but one of the spots that investigators were really focused on was the crawl space. You can see that door there with the padlock on it, but really investigators spent the past few days combing through this entire property. So let's go ahead and show you some new video that we just captured. You can see investigators hauling large bags away. Again, they've been out here since Tuesday, focused on this Newton Avenue property and the area surrounding it. And this morning we came across several large holes about 200 feet away from this house. The holes are marked off with red flags. I got a hold of some cell phone video that was shot on Tuesday as investigators had shovels out here and were digging. It's unclear what they found, if anything, at that spot. So yesterday we also captured video of them crawling out of this crawl space. So it looked like they had really been focusing on the lower portion of one of the units for some time. So meanwhile, this person of interest, 74-year-old Dwight William Rhone, he used to live at this home on Newton Avenue. We have some photos that were taken from a 2023 arrest on a firearms charge. Now, he has a lengthy rap sheet. He's currently in jail, accused of murdering a man a couple of years ago, shooting him in the back of his head, burning his body, and dumping him on the side of the freeway. So we pulled some court records today and found a 2017 restraining order that his sister-in-law had filed against him. She used to own this property, and Rhone was renting a room from her. She told the court Rhone was bringing men and women who are drunk and appear to be on drugs to this home. She said Rhone was verbally abusive and she was scared of him. She passed away in 2020. So today we talked to a neighbor who's been here since 2016, and he remembers seeing Rhone in the neighborhood.
I was like, whoa, oh yeah, he definitely was coming up the street or whatever. Always, you cannot even look at the guy because he always had an attitude. It wasn't like an attitude that I'm gonna, but just like a weird vibe. We used to see him walking down the street to his house, and like I said, like the dogs would go crazy with him. Like every dog around the corner would bark, but I don't know, like I guess dogs have a better sense than we do, you know what I mean?
And I talked to another neighbor today who remembers seeing Rhone as well, but said, he was someone who just really kept to himself. He didn't interact with a lot of people around here. But again, Rhone has been named a person of interest in this case. So far, he has not been charged or even been named a suspect connected to the remains that were found here. Anna and Carlo?
It's interesting to hear the details fill in about this man, Kelly. I know you can't go onto the property, but what can you tell us about what you've noticed there?
Yeah, so I can tell you that in the backyard of this home, there's a fence around the backyard, and it appears that they spent quite a bit of time that is digging up the southwest portion of the backyard. There's just fresh dirt that's piled up there as well. And I also can say, we don't know anything at this point about the remains that were found here at this property. But I can tell you the ME's office told me today that they're using a forensic archaeologist to help them, which suggests that the remains are skeletal. They say that it's certainly possible it could take weeks, possibly even months, to identify those remains.
So disturbing, so upsetting, especially for the people who live nearby. I guess some solace for them is that even though he hasn't been named as a suspect, he's a person of interest who lived there, and he is currently being held. Kelly Hessedal reporting live for us. Thanks, Kelly.